It is said that most presentations are clinched in the first 60 seconds. The introduction sets the trend and momentum for the presentation. It draws attention and establishes a rapport with the audience. It gives upfront the purpose for your presentation. Let's now appraise the elements of an introduction. Click on More for details. The body of the presentation is the main part of the presentation. After you have built the framework of the presentation, you will need to give it content that will help you create the presentation. While creating the body of the presentation, you will need to ensure that the core of the presentation should break down the major topic into 6 or 7 manageable parts. Be sure to illustrate the main points in each part with examples, analogies, stories, etc. Remember, you have a limited time to do your presentation, so assign some time to each part so you are able to do justice to all the points of your presentation. Pay attention to usage of language and grammar. It reflects your personality and credibility. The audience should relate easily. Use humor where appropriate. Click on More to explore language and humor in more detail. Now, let's look at some of the elements of writing the body of a good presentation. Appeals. You could appeal to your audience on different levels. Depending upon the topic and the purpose of the presentation, you could use one or more of the following types of appeal. Logical appeals. You use logic to convince the audience. Emotional appeals. Here you would appeal to the heart or sentiments of the people. The mixed appeal. In this case, you would need to use both the logical and emotional appeal to convince your audience. Narrating a story can break the monotony of a presentation. The story should have a purpose and be relevant. It should be in the present tense. The story could be humorous or startling. Quotations could be used to have a strong impact on the audience. Use relevant quotes. Acknowledge the source. Use short quotes. The use of statistics and numerical data has to be judiciously done. Round off numbers. Use a credible source. Repeat key numbers. Use visual aids to support understanding. An analogy helps in explaining an unknown phenomenon in terms of the familiar phenomenon. An analogy can be of 3 types: real, hypothetical, combination. An example can be used to help the audience to identify with what you are trying to say, but it has only a limited use in presentations. If you use examples, let them be positive examples or practical examples.